Okay, we're on live right now. It says. Really? Nice. So I was wondering about that. My jack is headphones and microphone at the same time. So I was thinking if I could plug into one of these headphone jacks and plug it straight into my laptop, right? That might work. That's rather easy. Say hi to Dave. Mike, we need to find a chord. It'll go from here into that, so record, because we're going live. You'll download it straight to YouTube. Okay. That was the boss's office. Oh, snap! Wait, this is not working. It's full. This is the type that one's one of this one. This one is two. You just plug the device into audio jack. Mic in. Boom!
To sign an affirmation that they do business my way. So I urge you, go to realestateagentsitrust.com. Let one of our agents earn your business. Realestateagentsitrust.com. Realestateagentsitrust.com.
If you've ever experienced heart racing, shortness of breath, or dizziness, it's possible you could have atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke. Find out before it's too late with CardioMobile, the FDA-cleared personal EKG device that's just $99. To order, visit Cardia.com. That's KARDIA.com. Cardio Mobile fits in your pocket, so you can take an EKG anytime, anywhere, right when you feel a symptom. Cardio Mobile delivers a medical-grade EKG right to your smartphone. In just 30 seconds, you'll know if your heart rhythm is normal or if atrial fibrillation is detected. To order Cardio Mobile today for just $99, visit Cardia.com. And for a limited time, get a free carry pod with purchase. Take unlimited EKGs morning, noon, or night, so you can always know how your heart is doing. Cardio Mobile puts peace of mind in your pocket for only $99. Order yours today and get a free carry pod at Cardia.com. That's KARDIA.com.
FairbanksHelpWanted.com presents the world's worst boss, the one who posts jobs on huge national job sites looking for anyone with a pulse. We'll just call him Dave.
Dave, Gene from corporate. You placed an ad on that huge national job site, and now HR has thousands of useless applications.
Well, Gene, you clearly said we want quantity, not quality.
That's exactly the opposite of what I said, Dave.
Oh, well, like my mother taught me, if at first you don't succeed, cut your losses and run. Bye!
Dave?
Don't be a Dave. Find your perfect local employee at FairbanksHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work. FairbanksHelpWanted.com presents the world's worst boss, the one who posts jobs on huge national job sites looking for anyone with a pulse. We'll just call him Dave.
Dave, do you know why we're getting applications from jugglers and tightrope walkers?
I just posted on a national job site that this job can be a balancing act and you'll have to juggle many tasks.
But the job is for head of accounting. Some of the applicants include lion tamers.
Have you met the guys in accounting? They're Hannibals.
Don't be a Dave. Find your perfect local employee at FairbanksHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work.
News and conversation. KFAR 660 AM Fairbanks. K248DK 97.5 FM Fairbanks. The heartbeats of Alaska.
North Carolina is ready. I'm Pam Puso, Fox News. That's the message from Governor Roy Cooper as winter weather approaches.
This is a snowstorm, not a snowfall. It's serious. In the Piedmont to the western parts of our state, we're preparing for days of impact, not hours.
Governor Cooper warning residents to stay off snow-covered roads and be prepared for possible power outages.
Our utilities have brought in more than 1,500 crews from other states so that they can spring into action to get the power back on.
Southern Virginia is also expecting some accumulating snow. Iconic landmarks, stores, and restaurants all shut down in Paris as protesters scuffle with police for a fourth straight weekend.
Protesters took to the streets. They smashed cars. They smashed windows. They clashed with police. Rocks and projectiles went one way. Tear gas canisters, explosive canisters went the other way. All told, over 700 people were arrested.
Fox's Greg Palcott. In the coming days, French President Emmanuel Macron is expected to address the nation. The White House is downplaying the most recent court filings to come out of the Russia investigation. They concern the president's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, and his former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort.
The president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, told Fox News the memos are a complete exoneration of the president. Giuliani says he and the rest of the president's outside legal counsel are actually happy about the memos. In Giuliani's view, they prove the special counsel has nothing on the president.
Fox's Ellison Barber at the White House. Democrats believe the filings do implicate the president, and they're urging the special counsel to continue to follow the money. This is Fox News.
Welcome to Fox Nation, an exclusive streaming service designed for the Fox News superfan. Sean Hannity.
The great thing about Fox Nation, you can always get us 24/7, 365.
Britt Hume.
I'd like to hear more. Fox Nation is the place to go to do that.
Janine Pirro.
And that's why people come to us. They trust us, they believe us, and they know that we're giving it to them straight.
It's members-only content you won't see anywhere else. Fox Nation is live, so start your free trial at foxnation.com today. Fox Nation. Opinion done right.
Shepard Smith. There's so many streams of information coming. Some are designed to distract you and to mislead you. When news is breaking, you have to slow down. We have to begin with what's most important. I'm here to find out what happened, to report it without fear or favor, in context and perspective, and to be honest, brutally honest about every bit of it. We work endless hours to make sure that when we deliver it to you as fact, it's a fact.
Shepard Smith on Fox News Channel. Real news, real honest opinion.
A funeral and an arrest on the same day in North Carolina. 13-year-old Tanya Aguilar is being laid to rest more than a month after she was forced into a vehicle at a mobile home park in Lumberton. Several weeks later, the teenager was found submerged in a body of water. As mourners say goodbye to the teen, the FBI is making its case against Michael Ray McClellan. He's charged with the girl's kidnapping and killing. Another legal loss for the Trump administration and its new asylum policy.
Once again, the court's blocking a move on immigration by the Trump administration. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals saying that even those who cross the border illegally into the U.S. will still have the right to apply for asylum. That's something the Trump administration tried to remove, and at least temporarily, it is still in effect. In the meantime, a record number of arrests of those who have crossed the border illegally in the month of November. As far as family units go, 25,000 individual members of family units detained by Border Patrol. They can still apply for asylum. They can also say if there are fears of retribution or violence at home, they cannot be deported immediately.
Fox's Steve Harrigan in Tijuana, Mexico, where the number of Central American migrants camping out at a shelter has fallen from about 6,000 to 2,000. A new report shows North Korea may not be living up to its promises.
This is in a new report from the Middlebury Institute of International Studies, a California-based graduate school, that says these new satellite images show North Korea continues working on a missile base deep in the mountains in its northern border near China, along with what appears to be a new facility nearby.
Fox says Garrett Tenney of the State Department hasn't commented. Negotiations between the U.S. and North Korea have stalled in recent months. Pam Puso, Fox News.
What do you hear? Most people just hear an engine. We hear a 6.2-liter Hemi V8 with a supercharger that accelerates so fast, it'll suck the air out of your lungs and knock you back in your seat like you're an astronaut in a rocket ship hurtling through the stratosphere. But then again, we're not most people. We're the Brotherhood of Muscle. Dodge. Domestic, not domesticated. Dodge is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Visiting Angels is America's choice in senior home care. We believe your loved ones should never have to give up living at home. Visiting Angels provides personal home care up to 24 hours per day, including meals and light housework. Ask about our dementia care at home. You'll select your professional caregiver. Look up visitingangels.com or call 877-374-LIVE. That's 877-374-LIVE.
Visiting Angels, America's choice in home care.
Join Dr. Looper from the Alaska Center for Natural Medicine every Saturday at noon for Health Talk. Listen in live or online at KFAR660.com. Dr. Looper and special guests will talk about a wide range of topics, provide beneficial health tips, and helpful health information pertinent to interior Alaskans. Listen every Saturday starting at noon. Health Talk with Dr. Looper, brought to you by the Alaska Center for Natural Medicine. Go to alaskacenterfornaturalmedicine.com.
Good morning, Fairbanks. This is Tanya with AirServe. The winter chill is definitely here to stay, and it will be months before the thaw. Did you put off having your heating system cleaned?
Houston, we have a problem.
If so, don't worry, we can squeeze you in. We want you to be warm and toasty this winter. Just give us a call and one of our qualified technicians will make sure your heating system is running at its peak performance. Call AirServe today at 488-9001.
If you love wealth better than liberty, the tranquility of servitude better than the animating contest of freedom, go from us in peace. We ask not your counsels or your arms. Crouch down and lick the hands which feed you. May your chains set lightly upon you, and may posterity forget that you were our countrymen. Samuel Adams.
The time is near at hand, which must determine whether Americans are to be free men or slaves. George Washington.
And what country
can preserve its liberties if its rulers are not warned from time to time that this people preserve the spirit of resistance. Let them take arms. The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. Thomas Jefferson.
Posterity, you will never know how much it cost the present generation to preserve your freedom. I hope you will make good use of it. If you do not, I shall repent in heaven that ever I took half the pains to preserve it. John Adams.
I sincerely believe that banking establishments are more dangerous than standing armies, and that the principle of spending money to be paid by posterity under the name of funding is but swindling futurity on a large scale. Thomas Jefferson.
Government is instituted to protect property, this being the end of government. That alone is a just government, which impartially secures to every man whatever is his own. That is not a just government, nor is property secure under it, where arbitrary restrictions, exceptions, and monopolies deny to part of its citizens the free use of their own faculties. James Madison.
It would be an absurdity for jurors to be required to accept the judge's view of the law against their own opinion, judgment, and conscience. John Adams.
Whenever the legislators endeavored to take away and destroy the property of the people, or to reduce them to slavery under arbitrary power, they put themselves into a state of war with the people, who are thereupon absolved from any further obedience, and are left to the common refuge which God has provided for all men against force and violence. John Locke.
It is in vain, sir, to extenuate the matter. Gentlemen may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war has actually begun. The next gale that sweeps from the north will bring to our ears the clash of resounding arms. Our brethren are already in the field. Why stand we here, idle? What is it that gentlemen wish? What would they have? Is life so dear, or peace so sweet, as to be purchased at the price of chains and slavery? Forbid it, Almighty God. I know not what course others may take, but for me, give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry.
My people perish for the lack of knowledge. God.
Girls with boughs of holly to be jolly. Now our spikes leather. Before the tags off together. In the place you before us. Strike the harp and join the chorus. Follow me in merry measure. While I tell the Yuletide treasure. That's the way the old year passes. And the new year loves and lashes. Sing with joy and soul together. In the sound of wind and weather. Joy to the world, is come in every city. Let every heart prepare and let nature sing, and let nature sing, and let nature sing, and
Yeah! Welcome to Patriots Lament. That was awesome. My name is Joshua Bennett. We'll be here for the next 3 hours. Got Mr. Mike Anderson on the other side. Good morning, Mike.
Morning.
And Dave Giesel on Skyping in. Morning, Dave.
Morning, guys.
And we are excited to tell y'all, hopefully, I think there's a few people's computers in it or around wherever. So you can now watch us live. We're streaming live on YouTube. You can go to, is it Radio Free Fairbanks or just Patriots Lament, Dave? Which one did you find it with? Or did you?
I just went to YouTube and put in radio. Oh, but what did I put in? I think if you put in either Radio Free Fairbanks or Patriots Lament, it'll take you to our channel. And then it just says watch live.
Nice. So you can watch live. Oh, snap. You can see Mike and I's ugly mug. Ooh.
Looking good.
And then we'll have to get you on there too and be in like a little box on our side.
Yeah, we need that little video window in a window kind of thing.
When you're making fun of us and be like, hey, what's up with that? All right. How you guys doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. Yeah, it's almost 30 outside.
That's nice.
I don't even know what is going on. No, it's terrible.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
When you're driving a semi, it sucks. I spun out on Finger Mountain last night. So stupid. Just tooting along, minding my own business. And whoop, went sideways, blocked the road. Looked like a retard. Can you say retard anymore?
Do it anyway.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm writing down what you can't say, so I make sure to say them all.
Oh, okay.
Like I was gonna play "Baby It's Cold Outside." It's like that's banned now. You can't play that on radio.
I did say. Why did they ban that?
Because it's suggestive of rape or something. You know, because she wants to leave and he's trying to trick her.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Whatever. And
make sure you play it.
They're banning Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the cartoon.
I didn't hear that one.
Because the dad and Santa Claus discriminate against him because of his nose. And it teaches kids to discriminate.
But the point of the film is
the redemption at the end.
That his difference
makes
saved
him better,
everyone.
Right? Yeah. Dumb. But we aren't dealing with intelligent people. No one ever accused him of that. Well, I think the people behind it all are intelligent. This is happening for a reason. But anyways, again, go to YouTube, Patriots Lament or Radio Free Fairbanks. Hit the watch live, and you can watch us live. That way you can see our ugly mugs, and when we're walking around town, you go, there he is, and start throwing stuff at us. Yeah. All right, I got something kind of interesting here. Speaking of discrimination. Oh, Jim just said it's raining there. Wow.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable. Down in Kenai. Raining. It's December. Yeah, the slickest part of the whole road, the whole trip, between 28 Mile and Fairbanks. Fairbanks is slicker than anywhere. Like these, do we not have a budget to put gravel on the road? Or I mean, I realize
if we didn't have a government, we would take care of the roads.
Yeah.
Well, if we didn't have a government, the road would be perfect right about now, I would think. You know, even though they do use 2-inch minus for the sand around here, that kind of boggled my mind when I first moved here and I was watching a quote unquote sand truck and he's throwing rocks on the ground. Like, what? You guys use rocks? And then of course a truck goes blaring by me and shatters my windshield right off the bat. I'm like, welcome to Fairbanks. Gonna like living here. That's why I drive trucks so I can shatter no, I don't do it on purpose. All right, I got an interesting little dealio. Speaking of discrimination, apparently we have an ordinance amending FGC Chapter 1 by adding sections 1 through 21, addressing equal rights. Equal rights. You know, that might be a good place to start. Are rights equal?
No, we talked about that before.
And certainly if you have to pass a law to make them equal, then they're definitely not equal.
Right. The only way that they
then
can be,
they're
the only
not
way
rights.
the only way they can be equal is if they're not addressed and not violated.
So here's a whereas. Where's their ass? What? Where? Oh, whereas discrimination based on race, color, age, religion, sex, familial status. What does that mean? What's a familial status? What you familiarize yourself with?
I think it's family status.
Family status?
Isn't it?
Yeah, it's like married, not married, you know.
Oh, okay. Speaking of being not very intelligent, that would be me. Disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, yay! Or national origin. Oh, wait a minute. That must be a typo. Surely we can discriminate against Mexicans. Poses a threat to the health. Oh, discrimination poses a threat to the health, safety, and general welfare of the citizens of the city of Fairbanks. And whereas, to help eliminate such discrimination, the city adopts the following ordinance that creates a private right of action. Whoa. Creates a private right of action for persons who are the victim of discrimination. So they're creating a right. That is awesome. They have achieved the status of God. Oh, man. That is so awesome. I mean, rights come from... No, it seems like I remember somewhere in the Declaration of Independence where they were talking about, the creator and the rights of, coming from that creator. Apparently,
you're oppressing me.
Oh, dang it! Well,
you're oppressing me with your beliefs.
I'm just gonna hang up on you then.
You're in violation of the ordinance.
I'm in violation of the ordinance right now. So it's fun how they. There's got to be something in here that they missed. What if it's? This policy of the city of Fairbanks to eliminate unlawful discrimination based on all these wonderful things. Such discrimination poses a threat to the health, safety, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we know. The terms race, color, age, religion, sex, familial status, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, and national origin, rather than being repeated throughout the following sections, thank you, will be referred to the shortened race, color, age, etc., etc., etc. Discrimination in employment. Now, this is great. It's prohibited discriminatory employment practice. Employer to fail or refuse to hire, discharge, bar from employment, or likewise discriminate against individuals with respect to compensation on terms, conditions of their race, color, age, etc., etc. So that means you can't discriminate. So what if you got a job where it's all on dig a ditch with a shovel, and a woman comes and she's petite, 80 pounds, like, I don't want the job, and you got this other dude, he's 260 pounds, 8 feet tall, muscles bigger than your thighs, and he's like, I want the job to dig the shovel. Who are you going to pick? So you're going to pick the dude that can actually pick with the shovel, and she's going to say, you discriminated because I'm a woman. No, I discriminate because you can't do the job.
Well, maybe that'll be next. Cannot discriminate based on their job ability.
Yeah, that's
probably in here.
Performance-based discrimination is people are already talking about that.
Oh, seriously?
Are you serious?
For real? Yeah, because this is the term for it is the meritocracy.
Oh, sure. Yep.
You're discriminating between people just because of merit.
Wow. And isn't that why we have a word called merit? So we can discriminate against people for it.
There's we could throw it on maybe at some point. There's one of those Jordan B. Peterson wave tracks called You're Oppressed. And he goes through this whole thing in that song. He actually agrees. He says he agrees with people. He says, okay, let me get this. He's like, there's a big problem here. The problem is everything in your entire life, who you are, how you were born, where you grew up, has been a conspiracy by the universe to produce poor, victimized you. And so you've been oppressed by everything that you've ever known. And he's like, well, the problem is that that's totally true. but it's true for everyone. Like, welcome to life.
Yeah.
And then the way that you get through that, he's like, there's a solution for it. It's a bad solution. The solution is everybody's oppressed. So we'll outsource the problem of figuring out how oppressed they are to the market. And your sorry, measly self will try to make something that somebody else wants. And their sorry, measly self will try to scrape together enough money to pay for it. And through that exchange, people will balance their oppression. And he's like, it's a bad solution, but it's the only reason that a fraction of humanity was able to basically get out of living just above the poverty line. Mm-hmm. It's the best solution that we've got. And then the ultimate solution is to pick up your suffering, and carry it with dignity. And then he says there's a reason that the archetypical ideal person in the West is someone who carried his cross to a hill where he was crucified on it. There's something for you to learn from that. And it's not complaining about how oppressed you are.
Mm-hmm.
Bear your burden with dignity.
Well, that's not really a value anymore. That's
yeah. Well, it's not a pop culture value,
right?
For sure.
Well, yeah, that's
right.
What I like is that we find. Go ahead.
Well, what's funny is acknowledging. If you know somebody who's in a bad position, it's good to sit and to listen to them and agree. Like, yeah, a lot of stuff in your life is not going very well, but just telling them that stuff is bad and that they've gotten shortchanged doesn't actually help them move forward.
No, it causes them to focus on why they think they've been shortchanged.
Yeah.
And then,
it's just
they come up with more reasons why they're shortchanged. It ends up being a kind of a loop of justification or a loop of rationalization.
Yeah, totally.
And the blame goes off onto someone else all the time.
Yeah, which doesn't help get them out of the hole. And so even if you wanted to help the oppressed, the worst thing you could do is sit there and tell them, oh, well, you've actually been more oppressed than you even know. Mm-hmm. Let's go find all the people who are. It's like that Monty Python sketch. You guys are familiar with that one, right?
Life of Brian.
It's not Life of Brian. It's King Arthur comes through this little town and starts explaining to this peasant guy.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, they have several.
Yeah, I love that.
It's the did you see him oppressing me?
I'm being oppressed.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I love that.
But it doesn't help anybody get out of their situation. I mean, there's the listening part where it's like, yeah, you got to listen to somebody tell you, how bad their situation is. Mm-hmm. But then just like, hey, let's team up and point more fingers. Doesn't help anybody move forward.
Right. Yeah, there's also the skit from Life of Brian where there's three of them sitting there, and one of them says he wants to be a woman so he can have babies, and so they start discussing how to legally make him a woman, and well, you can't actually have babies, but we can say that you're a woman, and it's precisely what people are doing now. And of course, it was made in the 70s, I think, and it was a skit of absurdity then.
It's funny. This says that nothing in this chapter will be interpreted to require an employer to, subject to this ordinance, to grant or accord preferential treatment to an individual because of his color, race, blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But it is requiring you to give preferential treatment according to it. Because, I mean, all they have to do is say, well, the reason you didn't hire me is because of whatever. Mm-hmm. And what are you supposed to know? Because you weren't qualified. How are you going to beat that in court?
Well, so Is this an ordinance put forth by one of the newly elected tyrants?
It's not the borough. It's a city.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And as far as housing, this is really cool. You can't refuse to permit at the expense of the person with a disability to have modifications to your existing premises. So if they want to come in and
holy cow,
change your rental to accommodate them, you have to let them. That's retarded.
So you have no ownership.
People at the Fairbanks City Council are morons.
Yeah.
Did somebody actually put their name on this? I gotta find out because they're stupid.
Everyone in the Fairbanks city limits should just put their property up for sale right now.
Jim Matherly. Well, it doesn't say who brought it. Oh no, it's got to say who brought it forward, right? Introduced by members Otterston and Pruse. Isn't that Dave Pruse?
That's the only Pruse I know of.
Oh my gosh, David Pruse. Come on. I had an inkling that you were smarter than this, but apparently I was wrong.
I wonder what their motivation is, though.
They can scratch themselves on the back and pat themselves. We love everybody by forcing people.
Yeah, but I mean,
to do things.
There's got to be something more than that. That's like maybe.
Well, he is a
some
realtor.
Money. It's all it comes down to someone getting money.
He's a realtor, and there's a lot in here about selling and renting.
So you think this was like a writer?
I don't know.
On the back of another bill?
I don't know. It's pretty interesting, though. It's just dumb. I mean, we've talked over and over about the quality of discrimination. You have to let people discriminate. You have to allow people to follow their own conscience. You don't have to like it. And I have yet to have anyone give me a good answer why someone would want to work for someone that hates them. I mean, yay. Why wouldn't you go to the person that wants you based on what you're going to bring to the company or the whatever it is, instead of being forced? Yeah, and your boss hates you the whole time? I'm a boss. I know how to hate some employees, and they don't like it. We end up cutting the ties. It's like, I don't like you anymore. Your life is going to be miserable until you quit.
Well, this is what you get when you that's what you get when you have a society that tries to base itself off positive rights.
Yeah, exactly.
Now everyone has to receive something rather than just be left alone.
And it's not a right.
No, because and rights are based on the idea that you are not aggressing against someone else, or that someone else is not aggressing against you. I mean, there never was a right described in the Bill of Rights or in any of Christianity that says you have a right to receive something at someone else's expense.
Cruz is a conservative, right? Conservative Christian, I think, calls himself.
I don't know. I don't know if he does or not.
Yeah, I think that would be how he would define himself.
Yeah, he's also the guy.
But I mean, a lot of people just don't see. They just don't see what's going on.
Right.
This guy, Rene Girard, who I've been reading, he actually talks about this. He has an essay on how he thinks the apocalypse will come about. And he actually says, the cross was it was all good, but it actually sets up the conditions for the apocalypse because it removes the ability of sacrifice to absolve men of their bad feelings from sin, basically.
Right.
Because it reveals sacrifice to be empty. It's void. And so men will keep trying to do it, but will fail. Anyway, he says, here's the deal. Christianity in particular, unique to, this is what he calls it an anti-myth. because it goes against mythology in some fundamental ways. Christianity recognizes the innocence of the victim. It was the first time that was recognized. Beforehand, it was like, if something bad's happening to you, it's the fate of the gods or whatever. Like, you did something to deserve it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Christianity is the first time where it's like, something bad happened to this guy and he did nothing to deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Even Christ healing some of these people and forgiving them and stuff like that. That was, you can see how much that shook up the society by how much it angered people.
Right.
So Christ
because it
brings
happened
this
to
idea.
less deserving people most of the time.
Well, that was part of the Christian story, though, that Christ was arrested by the priest of the temple that he had turned the tables over in, and they wanted him dead for turning the tables over. So the focus of Christianity himself was receiving something he didn't deserve.
Darn money.
Yeah, the victim is innocent.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's set up. Okay, so, and this is a unique idea to people who have been influenced by the Christian tradition, even in the world right now. If you go to Asia or the Middle East, you don't find people defending victims the way that they do in places that used to be Christian. So, here's what Girard says. Girard says, what is the name for Satan? He's the deceiver, right?
Right.
And so you don't deceive someone by being obvious. And so if you wanted to deceive Westerners, you would use their defense of the victim to create conflict.
Okay.
You would create a war based on defending victims,
mm-hmm.
which is to miss the bigger point, right? The bigger point is not victimhood. The bigger point is mercy and forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take mercy and forgiveness, which are kind of divine qualities, if you take those out of Christ's message, you're just left with victims and victims' rights. Christ doesn't really talk about rights either, though.
Right.
And so that's what Girard says. He says the co-opting. He died in like 2014 or something, but he kind of saw what's going on right now coming. He said the co-opting of defensive victims and the transformation of the defense of victims into a movement of control and violence, in his opinion, was a possible road to the apocalypse and to deception, right? Mm-hmm. It'd be a kind of an idea of an antichrist. It's someone who comes in defense of the weak, but uses that defense of the weak to get society to tear itself to pieces.
Mm-hmm. Well, as far as rights go, I don't know. Did anyone really talk about them before the 18th century?
Who?
Rights. Anyone? You had John Locke and.
Oh yeah, pretty much. I mean, he was like 16 something.
Yeah, 17th. Yeah, 17th century.
17th.
But I mean, you go back to 2,000 years ago. Was anyone talking about rights back then? Or is this a new concept?
Yeah, actually, remember when Paul demanded to go before Caesar because he was a Roman citizen?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he had him in court and he said, "Who are you to blah, blah, blah?" And they're like, "I paid a lot of money to be a Roman." And he said, "Yeah, I was born there. I was born in Rome." And then they freaked out and they're like, And he said, "I demanded to see Caesar," because a Roman citizen could demand his right to go before Caesar to be tried instead of by a lower court.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting. Yeah, because the Romans had some. In the Greeks, did the Greeks have a little bit of that action? I mean, nothing compared to what, the Enlightenment or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
The dudes in the 17th century came up with.
But yeah, it's sparse. It's spoken of very sparsely prior to that.
Because you have Magna Carta. There was some, and we have the right to be tried by our peers and this and that. But the Locke and his group, those people, the Cato and Algernon Sidney, those guys, they took it up and They cranked it up a notch. They did a Higgs ratchet.
Yeah, and that was that was largely based on hey, this is my property, and no one else, or it would be morally wrong for someone else to encroach on it. And that would all back and agree with the Ten Commandments. Do not covet.
Right.
Do not covet. For example.
Well, if your community, go ahead, sir.
No, yeah, I'm just saying. Those are the ideas of those were the basis of negative rights. Even though the words right wasn't used at the time, the concept was still there, and it grew into a more complicated subject that was boiled down to a word that we use as rights.
Yeah.
But now today it's just confused with the idea of positive rights. Everyone deserves to have something. And that didn't, and that had nothing to do with the discussion of rights during the Enlightenment. Now it's I get mine, and also everyone gets theirs, and they use the state to pass
ordinance. That's libertarianism, bro. I got mine, Jack.
Yeah, I get yours. Okay, so it's I get yours now too.
Yeah, that's right.
I get mine and I get yours, and everyone gets theirs and gets the other person's. So,
well, Dave, are you taking care of these folks on the chat? Because I see all these people.
I've been watching it.
We have more than 2 people listening because there's more than 2 people on there. That's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. I was gonna look at it on this other dealio, but I got to log in, so I won't do it right now. So as a community, though, say you don't want to have less desirable individuals, right? Let's say as a community, we would rather racist is the easiest one. So we'd rather there were no racists in town, right? We'd rather not do business with dirty old racists. How are you going to find out if they can't discriminate against anyone? I mean, you're allowing them to hide their wicked intents.
Don't give Dave Pruse any ideas.
Oh, no, he's not smart enough.
Oh.
I figured that out because he made this bill.
Oh, okay.
So he's lost.
Have a racist test?
Well, no, what I'm saying is with this law, no one can discriminate, so you don't know who's who, right? If everyone can discriminate, then we can judge them off their moral character and their values on whether we want to associate with them or not. Then it allows us to discriminate against the discriminator. This way, we can't. We don't know. We just put a veil over our head and everyone's head, and we all just sing. No, they don't sing "Joy to the World" because that's a bad song. Kumbaya. No, Kumbaya is not even a good song anymore. Whatever. We sing "We Are the World" and drink Coca-Colas with the veil over our head because we don't know what's really going on. We don't know that, hey, this guy that owns this, restaurant over here is a real jerk. He hates women. He hates black people, Jews, Russians, especially Brazilians. He hates. You don't know that because he has to hire whoever. But if we know that, and people are in there and they're like, hey, don't go to this guy's place. He doesn't hire anyone who's blah, 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 blah. Then we can say, okay, we don't like you as a person, so we're not going to give you our patronage. We're not going to buy anything from you. We're not going to go to your restaurant. So by market means, he disappears. Or he's going to have a conversion in his thoughts, in his actions. So what I'm saying is the market handles all this without a smart David Pruse making the law. Because we take care of it. We are the market, right? We're the human action. The human action would take care of these people in the first place. Do you want to go live at a guy's house that hates you? Like, you have to rent it to me because blah, blah, blah. Oh, crap. Now I hate you even more. The heat's out. Oh, be right there. Oh, your water. Your house is flooded. Dang. Yep. Can't get a hold of anyone. Leave a message at the tone. Yeah. So, I mean, the point is You don't need laws for the first place, beyond the laws that we already know, the common laws that we already know. You don't kill, you don't steal,
right?
You don't mess with people. That's pretty much it. That's easy enough. We don't need to have a smart person like David Cruz making a discrimination law because it's just not needed. There are people out there that aren't very nice. Big deal. Let us as a community decide what kind of community we want, not have a law forcing a community down our throats, because this doesn't help discrimination, does it? I mean, it's still there. You're legislating someone's morals. It's just like when Christians want laws in place to make people holy like they are. It doesn't change the person's heart. It doesn't change their outlook on it. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't help the community. You're not doing anything for your society at all. You're just masking it, and you're closing your eyes and going, yay, no one's discriminating. It's stupid. It's stupid. Again, you don't need government.
You know what? It's right in the same vein as drug laws.
Absolutely.
That's part of the irony, maybe.
Yeah.
But there's another problem as well.
Oh, really?
Which is, yeah. I mean, you brushed against it, but so part of the point of spending time with other people is for them to tell you when you're being an idiot.
No.
Like, that's a big part of it. I mean, that's a big part of being in a relationship in particular, is your wife tells you when you're being an idiot. And usually you don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of that going the other way as well. That's a healthy relationship, is when you point out, hey, you're being a fool right now, and I don't want you to be a fool. So I'm going to tell you, even though it's going to be a little uncomfortable for you. And that's how you figure out what behavior you need to change. And I think some of this comes from people who. Some of this comes from the part of people that doesn't want to change. I'm perfect the way I am, and anyone who says otherwise is slighting me, in a critical, unforgivable way. That's like you're cutting off your ability for others to help you grow.
And you're also cutting off the ability to help someone else grow. Like the discriminator, you're not allowing interaction with the person because you don't know. That's why I was saying with a veil, you're just closing your eyes to it. There's also the chance you're taking away the chance to redeem the outcast, who would be the outcast, hopefully.
You're oppressing their right to be informed of their ignorance.
Absolutely. Yep.
But that's the nature of refining your society on a political level instead of on an individual level.
Right. Just nonsense. Hey, someone called in right at the beginning, so let's see what they got to say. 30% chance it actually has something to do with this conversation. Hello, call you up first.
Hey, thank you. Hey, is all you guys sitting around the round table in the office there?
No, Dave's in the table would have to be a little too big because he's in Canuck land.
Oh, okay. Hey, my question was, where does a person find out about the city ordinance about discrimination?
Well, I actually had someone send it to me, and I was going to finish up with that because it is, let's see here, tomorrow. Oh, shoot. I guess that wasn't.
Apparently it's going to be going to the borough level as well, according to the listeners in the chat.
And tomorrow they're having an open, whatever you call it, where you get to talk about it.
Oh, the testimony thing?
That guy could text me. But I think he put it on the chat, on the YouTube chat. Maybe he'll text me what it is. I believe it's tomorrow night. At the city.
Monday morning, Monday at the meeting, 6:30 p.m. Testifying.
PM?
Monday at the meeting, 6:30. I would assume that's 6:30 p.m. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be a.m.
And that'll be in the city office?
It must be where I've never been there, so it must. Do they have a council room or something
in the city building over here?
I've only been there once, so but I was just trying to find out because you've got people in this community with open positions, and I know of somebody that's been trying to go to work for 2.5 months and have applied for jobs, and a lot of the applications ask for, are you on Social Security? Are you a disabled veteran? On and on, and all of a sudden, then you're not qualified to work with other people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, where?
Well, it's in the city limits. I really don't want to say.
Oh, okay. I thought you were referring to a government agency, and I was going to get really excited.
No, I'll just say it's a corporate business in town.
Sure.
But I went up on the internet yesterday, and the same jobs are still open. All I wanted to do was go to work 25 hours a week. I had to be available 7 days a week, which, okay, that's fine. But I'm good working with people and what needs to be taken care of. These people won't give me the time of day. But my question is they've got the right to hire who they want.
Sure.
But when you got positions open for 2.5 months, there's 725 open jobs in the city of Fairbanks right now. I would be an employer. I would want to fill the spot, especially during the holidays.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it's just there again. So do we want to have a law that forces them to hire, or do we just fail?
Well, there's also
learn their lesson that way.
Yeah, there's also the questions like, what race are you? White, Hispanic, Native American, and on and on. And then male, female. I was like, when I've been applying for jobs, I just refuse to answer them.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb.
I never get contacted.
Yeah, but here's the deal.
Or not.
But here's the deal: when you fill it out on their computer,
mm-hmm.
if you don't put your social security number in there, it stops right there. Mm-hmm. And if you don't fill in what they want to ask you, it stops. But my question is if they won't hire me, why are they asking me if I'm collecting Social Security and say I'm collecting funding from a disability from the service?
Sure. I don't know. That's weird. Now, the Social Security number, I can understand. I mean, I don't agree with it, but I understand because they got to do their little database background check, see if you're eligible for hire, you're a U.S. citizen, blah, blah.
Right.
Wasn't never supposed to be that. That's just reality, of course, nowadays. But
it is.
I don't like giving.
But I don't think it's their right to ask me if I'm collecting Social Security or am I collecting a disability from the government.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess they're hiring, though. I don't know.
Well, they're not hiring the person who's been applying for the positions.
Right. So doesn't sound like they want to get the job done.
Well, that's the way I kind of look at it. And when the positions, I'll say 2 of the positions out of 4 are really simple positions, okay? Have been open, and they're advertising them at job service and everywhere else. And I've applied for the positions. And they don't want to give me the time of day.
Well, have you thought about, you kind of know who they are. Is there a way to just walk in the office and say, here I am?
Well, I did do that. And I'm going to tell you, I kind of got the short stick. And I just said, well, I'm going to seek other resources. And by that time, the person got up, opened the door, said, this is over. Have a good day, and slammed it behind me.
Well, see, I don't think you want to work for those jerks.
Well, I'm going to just say it was convenience for me.
Right.
It was a part-time position. I know basically the people that work there, they all call me by my first name. I know, and somebody asked me yesterday, well, Rob, did you get a job there? And I went, no, they won't hire me. And they left kind of puzzled, like, what? I said, yeah. So that's at 6:30 at the
6
6 o'clock at the City Fairbanks little assembly area there.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah. And, and I told the lady, I said, look, I don't want to burn any bridges. I just want to go to work. You've got people here who don't want to work, or they come in here and get a paycheck and then they're gone. I'm looking for a part-time job during the winter months. They just, okay.
I would look somewhere else because I didn't sound like they're very nice people to work for.
Well, I mean, if that's going on in the city limits by companies that are corporate, then my opinion, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Right. So, but I guess, do we want to go and ask David Pruse to pass a law against everything that happens to us? Or, you might have a better opportunity if they're a corporation to be able to seek out a corporate board member. I mean, they're usually, whoever it is, you can usually look on their website, find a board member and explain your case to them and see if you can get a little satisfaction that way.
Okay, well, the thing of it is I've got 7 different phone numbers that I've called. Their corporate offices are spread clear across the United States. I finally got a hold of somebody in Anchorage, and they basically, I mean, they had the file, they had the number that I called and complained, and just like we don't really care.
So do you want to, are you for the anti-discrimination law then?
Well, I'm the one that does not working. All I wanted to do was go to work 25 hours a week.
But do you want to force them to hire you?
Well, at this point, I've already burned the bridges when the door was slammed on my backside, and I've been more than nice.
Sure.
So if they're doing that to me, how many other people are doing this, having the same problem?
Right, but they just won't.
Everybody.
They won't fill their position though, and that's fine. I mean, that's too bad.
Let's say these guys hired you, and you had to work with the guy who slammed the door on you every day, and every day you went in, and he looked at you like he hated you and wanted you to die because he'd been forced to hire you. How long would you stay there?
Well, the thing of it is they could hire me and terminate me.
Well, they could, but let's say they hired you and were forced to keep you because of a law, and your boss, your direct boss who you work with every day, resented your very being. How long would you stay there? How long would that be a good environment for you to be in? Even if you're getting paid, like understanding that, people need work, right?
Yeah.
They need money. How long would you want to be there when your boss hates you?
I mean,
probably not very long.
They might be doing you a favor by just showing their true colors right off the bat, so you can not waste your time with these jerks and find something else better.
Well, yeah, I totally understand, but they had me hanging for a month. Okay, well that didn't work, so I went back in there and filled in for some other jobs and be available for work. And nobody's interviewed me. Nobody's done anything about that.
I'd move on.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, thank you, but
good luck, man.
Well, like I said, I've already burned the bridges there. Okay, and the thing of it is I'm not happy how this actually kind of turned out. Well, I don't think I needed the doors slammed in me.
I don't think you should. I don't think any of us are saying that you should be happy or pleased about the outcome. But please don't go and have the government do something about it. That's just not. That doesn't fix anything. It makes
I'm not asking the government to do anything about it. I'm going to do this on my own because I don't think I've been treated very fairly.
Well, that's a good man. That's what I'm talking about right there. Yep.
I just needed the whatever was happening at the city meeting on.
Yep, tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
No, tomorrow is Sunday.
Monday. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Don't go tomorrow.
You were kind of screwing me up there for a minute. I said, I think today is Saturday.
They'll think you're too eager. They'll be like, wow, this guy's been here since yesterday. He wants to say something.
You know what? I really appreciate you guys' information, and I want to thank you for your show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the call.
You bet.
Good luck. Let's just roll into one more caller, guys. Hello, caller, you're up next.
Hey, good morning, you guys. Haven't had a chance to hear the program for a while. I just wanted to comment a little bit, and I would be in the 30% that would speak to the subject on the table there. What my interest would be to know, and of course, I understand that political correctness equals mind control. Let's just frame it that way right from the outset, because that's what it is. But I wanted to make the point that if they're so interested in equality, then I want to know why that if one person who's a citizen, we'll call him person A, is paying taxes at a rate of X percent, why does person B get to pay more or less than the other citizen if everything's equal? My point is...
I love it.
My point is, why doesn't this whole opportunity become one gigantic lawsuit to prove how unequal things really are?
So it does. You've cut right to the end. The name of this area of research in universities is called grievance studies. That's the name of it. And it's people sequentially finding out how they're oppressed and then enacting laws to fix that. And then that ends up oppressing somebody else and on down the chain. And that's exactly where it ends. It ends with a war of all against all.
Do people get paid for this?
Well, they get government funded grants to do the research.
Jeez, I could do that. I could be grieved all day.
See, that's the bottom line is we're all being grieved. They're all make-believe issues in the sense that whenever you start redefining inalienable rights from God and start putting man's stamp on them, it immediately goes to real discrimination for no earthly good reason. And it's all that way. It's just this whole aspect of the positive right concept that you described.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
you cut right to it. That's awesome.
Good. And everyone, are we? Yeah. I was going to say, we
got to take the break. If you want to hang on or call back, you're welcome to do that. But we got to.
We'll do a call back later, guys. Thanks. Develop this issue a little bit more. Thanks. Bye.
We will. Thank you. All right, guys. This is Patriots Lament. We'll be right back. Got to take the whatever it is. Listen to fake news. Again, join us at on YouTube, Radio Free Fairbanks or Patriots Lament, and click on live, and you can see me and Mike's ugly mugs. I've been looking at it. I need to shave my beard. It's getting a little nasty. All right.
Nicer for the show.
Yeah, right. You got to actually get going.
John Kelly will be leaving at the end of the year. We'll be announcing who will be taking John's place. It might be on an interim basis. There have been numerous reports that Kelly may be replaced by Vice President Pence's Chief of Staff, Nick Ayers. Kelly's departure follows and have been strained. President Trump on Twitter today reacting to yesterday's sentencing report on former Trump lawyer Michael Cohen. The president tweeted, "This is collusion illusion. There is no smoking gun here at this late date." However, the Justice Department did say that then candidate Trump directed Cohen to make illegal payments to buy the silence of women who say they had affairs with the future president. Meanwhile, Democrats, including Oregon Senator Ron Wyden, are going after the president for his conduct and comments about special counsel Robert Mueller.
The president attacks Mueller on a daily basis. He dangles potential pardons like carrots to influence potential witnesses.
Wyden delivering the Democratic Party's weekly media address. French riot police firing tear gas along the Champs-Élysées as massive protests continue in a protest movement which began over higher fuel taxes and then broadened. Mark Stone with our sister network Sky News is in the French capital.
Well, it's tense, no question about that. Through the day, the tension has increased hour by hour. I would say that compared with last week, the violence is nothing like that we saw a Saturday a week ago. But there are clashes between the authorities and the protesters.
This is Fox News.
Welcome to the sprinkling of dream light and a dash of good cheer. Wishing you and your family all joy to last through the new year. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to all. From Kirk and Dana Krause and the entire staff of Bigfoot Pumping and Thawing.
Hi, this is Loa Carol Hubbard from your local Allstate agency. We would like to thank you for a fabulous year in our new location next to Napa. From all of us to all of you, happy holidays and happy new year.
FairbanksHelpWanted.com presents the world's worst boss, the one who posts jobs on huge national job sites, looking for anyone with a pulse. We'll just call him Dave.
Hi, Dave. Let's talk about that job you posted for a senior manager.
Okay, I've got a lot of applicants already.
Dave, you posted on that huge national job site. What a waste. One guy says he's been everything from dog walker to a stay-at-home uncle.
You hear stay-at-home uncle and dog walker, and I hear super fun guy who loves animals.
Posting on that huge national job site just wastes our time scrolling through irrelevant applicants.
Look, I said we're looking for people who are willing to take chances and have a great sense of humor. And here's a guy who's a skydiving clown. That sounds qualified to me.
We need serious applications from local candidates.
Don't be silly. You found me on a huge national job site.
Please don't remind me, Dave.
Don't be a Dave. Find your perfect local employee at FairbanksHelpWanted.com. Local jobs that work.
We don't discriminate against people named Dave. Dave is a common name, fun to say, and so we're using it as a catch-all for lackluster bosses everywhere. They post jobs on the big national job boards because they really don't care. Please do not write us to tell us you're a Dave who was insulted by this ad. That would be a real Dave move, Dave.
Make Christmas dreams come true for the outdoor enthusiast on your list with help from the Outdoor Store. For everyone who loves to fish, hunt, camp, and hike, Frontier Outfitters. Frontier makes your holiday shopping easy. Did we tell you gift wrapping is free? Well, it is. Gift wrapping is free. Not sure of the perfect gift? Give a Frontier Outfitters gift card. Redeemable in Sentry Hardware and the Woolly Rhino as well. Frontier Outfitters for your Alaskan lifestyle. Your holiday shopping just got easier.
Three kings of Orient are bearing gifts we traverse afar, field and fountain, moor and mountain, following you. King on Bethlehem's plain, gold I bring to crown him again. King forever, ceasing never, from the sun to reign. Star of wonder, star of night, shine with royal beauty bright. Westwardly still proceeding, light us to thy birth and light.
Okie dokie. Welcome back to Patriots Lament. My name is Joshua Bennett. Mike had to go out the door to open the door for somebody else real quick. And on Skyping in from Skype from the great Canuck land, Mr. Dave Giesel. Good morning, Dave. Dave.
Morning, Josh.
Don't be a Dave. I love that. That was a real Dave move.
That was.
Oh, that's great. So remember, you can pick us up on your TuneIn app, or you can listen in live on KFAR660.com. If you're in Fairbanks on the FM, you can dial in on 97.5 FM, or if you're a cool kid, follow us on YouTube. We're on live. Go to YouTube Radio Free Fairbanks or YouTube Patriots Lament and click the live button. Check it out. Just boom, baby. Yeah, that's about it. Kind of fun. Except, we're gonna have a little contest here pretty soon. Next hour, maybe this hour. No, next hour. 2 contests. I'm going to play little clips of some very awesome Christmas movies, and first person to call in and get the clip right, Mike is going to shovel their driveway and their sidewalk and put their Christmas tree up for them. Thank you, Mike.
Okay. Thanks for telling me about that.
Hey, don't take away my opportunity to be benevolent. I'm trying to make a lesson in government here.
Oh, okay.
No, Mike's not going to do any of that. He's kind of a Scrooge. I am going to do it, though, because I think it would be kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, while I was on the road last night, I was thinking of which 2 clips I got them. Ooh, I'll have to hide it so people on the internet don't watch. All right, let's clip in silly. Do we want to expand? Oh, yeah. Also, you can join us. You can actually join in on with us at 907-458-8255. If you want to call in and give us your opinions or whatever. You know, I think that the first caller we had, I was kind of getting afeared that he was, I want to complain, get some government action going on. Mm-hmm. I think hopefully he's not going to do that. He said he wasn't. And you can he kind of explained, or he didn't explain, but he kind of set up why laws like this get passed, right? Because you hear somebody's testimony like that and you're like, well, that's bull crap. Come on, you're hiring someone. Why aren't you hiring this guy? What's wrong with you? Mm-hmm. Let's take over. Instead of using a noggin, they think, well, let's make a quick fix of this and that's going to make everything better, blah, blah, blah. And they don't, it goes back to Bastiat's lesson of the seen and the unseen, the seen and the unseen, where, on the seen side, we go, okay, look at all this. We force these people to give housing, or we force these people to have a job, whatever. And then I think what we're trying to explain in the first hour was the unseen consequences of that. And I really think besides the fact that it's wrong to force someone to do anything they don't want to do, I mean, you're talking about a business, right? You have to do this. Well, what kind of fascist are you little commie Nazi, Kanazi? Com-Nazi? Gotta think of a word to bring them both together. Who are you to tell a businessman what he has to do, or businesswoman, or anything? Right? What if a black guy doesn't like white people because he got beat up when he was a little kid or something? Mm-hmm. You're going to force him to do it too? What if it's a homosexual that doesn't like straight people, or Christians because he thinks, they don't like my lifestyle or whatever, so he doesn't, Well, in those cases, they'd probably be on the business owner side, just the way things go. But for the most part, I mean, the other thing people have to think about is when you're trying to force a law to force someone else to do something because you want it that way, thinking that you're going to get a benefit from it, you have to look at the long-term consequences of it too, because government doesn't care who it puts a bullet in.
You've declared war on the other person.
Right. And that government will declare war on you also.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't care. That's one good thing about government. When it comes to killing, they're non-discriminatory.
Well, yeah, and the state is a mercenary. It'll kill for the highest payer.
Equal opportunity murderers.
Right.
So when you're trying to force
and
the law,
most of you don't have much money to go pay it.
I mean, that's just something to remember. When you think that you're trying to do something good for yourself or your fellow man.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get the government involved in it, then you have to remember it's a gun. Mm-hmm. That's what you're bringing into the conversation. They talk about having.
They call it civil discourse.
Right.
It's exactly the opposite.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
They're talking about civil discourse, but
okay,
it ends.
Yeah, let me get my Glock and let's have some civil discourse. Right.
I win. Of course, if I bought my Colt 45. Let's take a phone call, or let's not. You guys want to expand on that quick?
Take it. See where we go.
Dave.
Is Dave here?
Yeah, I'm here. Dave's not here, man.
David.
Well, the caller at the end of the last hour was talking about the war of all against all.
Yeah,
like where it ends, and that's one of the dangers is that these YouTube who are fairly thoughtful people, commentary channels, and they're getting pulled in on this, right? They're like, well, if you're going to do that, I'm going to use this other law to ruin your day too. And one of the things that I've seen are Title IX. Are you guys familiar with Title IX?
Mm-mm.
So Title IX is a section of a bill that was passed years ago that was designed to eliminate gender discrimination in universities for funding, right? So there were, let's say that your department in some university gets $2 million in funding. Title IX was there to make sure that those funds were distributed equitably, right? Whatever that means. And I think it was a Clinton era. These are all skewed in the direction of women's rights and yada yada yada, but the universities are like by enrollment like 60 or 65% women now to men. And so if anything, it's gone the other way. So let's start filing Title IX complaints against the university and use their anti-discrimination laws against them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on the surface, it's like, haha, that sounds like a great idea. But the problem is that you're escalating.
Mm-hmm.
Retaliation doesn't make the situation better. It just escalates the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but at the same time, rolling over isn't good either. So there's another way. There's another way to deal with this. It's not accepting it, and it's not fighting back per se. It's transcending it and recognizing that the problem is deeper and addressing the problem on the appropriate level. This problem does not get resolved on a political level. If you're addressing this problem on a political level, you've been deceived. It is not to be addressed on a political level. It's deeper than that. It's individuals and ideology. But that's a harder one. That's a harder one to address. There's no quick fix, right? There's no like, we'll repeal this law and it'll all be good.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what we always want. The
easy button.
Yeah. There are none. There's only one easy button I want. That's that big red in the state button.
Right. The issue being, of course, that the state exists because the people in society wish it to.
Right. Because we haven't done a good enough to tell them why they don't need it.
Yeah, right. And that's our issue.
Yeah.
So that's our work.
Yep. Slowly,
but it's really tempting. The whole retaliatory thing is really, really tempting. I know, because I've seen some of like those videos and stuff. I'm like, that'll be great. Get them where it hurts. And it's like, no, losing game. That is a guaranteed losing game. Mutually assured destruction is what it is.
Well, yeah, and getting back to, I was getting back to what I was going to say, but before the hour ended last time, when we're talking about the like the David Pruse bill, it's society bringing itself to apocalypse. Everyone's going to war with each other, and it's, if I don't know if you didn't know anybody, you'd say it's by design, but could it be by design? I mean, it works so well. It works so well to use the state to go to war with someone else. Oh, you're being discriminated against. We're going to protect you. And then they play the same game on someone else. So they're all going to war with each other.
Right.
And they're all looking for their positive rights. I get mine and I get yours.
Don't some of these jerks just do it because they want the platitudes?
Yeah,
Sometimes. It's just what a great guy I am for making this great law.
Yeah, but
I'm God.
It's such a.
I just created a right.
Yeah, but it's such a time. It's in such a time.
Yeah, I'm giving them too much credit.
They're
evil.
It's the fad.
There's something.
They're using the fad. It's like, okay, we can't we cannot discriminate against any of the 31 genders.
Right.
Well, when this stuff was just coming up, 2 years ago, and now he jumps on board with it. Is it just for platitudes, or is it because someone from outside is saying, "Hey, Prue, we got we got some cash for you. We got an agenda to push."
I was failing to look at the seen and the unseen of the politician.
Mm-hmm. Politicians are tools.
The platitudes are the seen. Mm-hmm. The unseen is the little sneaky.
Yeah.
Or maybe he gets some kind of benefit in his business. Like I said, he's a realtor.
Right.
It's actually realtor. It's just realtor. If you listen to their commercials, they say, at your blah, 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 realtors. Mm-hmm. Tor? Everyone says tur.
Well, maybe he's going to start a business building handicap ramps. Now that renters are required to accept handicap ramps, ramps on all their properties.
It would be interesting if we find out. I mean, if there's some way to find out that this came about due to some issue he had as a realtor.
That would be something to look into. But I don't know that could do any good. I mean, if you go to the meeting on Monday and you testify against it, they're going to say you present your argument so that they can't do that.
Now, there is an exemption in here for ministerial positions, right?
Uh-huh.
But think about this. So Dave claims to be a Christian. I don't know what kind, but little C, big C. So I would imagine his voter base are probably people that are church-going Christians also, right? And so now what's he doing? He's telling them that they have to hire
all 31 genders
people that they have complete opposing view of their lifestyle. And he's saying, no, you have to do this, right? So good job for voting them in. Way to go. Yeah. Gee, voting works so well.
Hope someone doesn't spike your communion wine.
What? If it's wine, how can it be spiked? All right, let's take a phone call. Hello, caller, you are up next.
Hey guys, it's Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey. Good morning. Hey, great topic this morning. But I'm going to break at the expense of breaking you guys' flow of conversation. I just wanted to take a minute, due to the time of year that it is, Christmas coming up and stuff, and just really try to express my appreciation for you guys and your platform that you're providing here as a service. I really love the program, and I know you guys don't do it for profit, and this is it's a service to all of us that enjoy the program. You know, let you guys know how much I appreciate you guys and the program.
Thanks. That's I know they can speak for themselves, but I know I speak for all of us. We really appreciate it. It helps to feel like, I don't mean feely, but it helps to, at the end of the show or whatever, we discuss after our conversation and stuff. We're like, what do you think? How'd it go over? Did we do what we set out to do? And it's encouraging. That's the best word. It's encouraging to have. I mean, we appreciate you. We appreciate the people that call in and participate and listen to our nonsense and our silly songs and get and understand that we do have a purpose and a point. Try to keep it light sometimes, but there is. I mean, we all genuinely care about our listeners and people that don't listen. We genuinely care about Dave Proves, and I do. I care about him. It's like, dude, you're going down the wrong path. Let's turn it around. Repent, or you might die. And
I listen as much as I can. I don't always get to, but when I feel like I have something that's somewhat intelligent to contribute to the conversation, I think I call in. But a lot of times I'm listening and I don't call in.
No,
but I'm out there.
You do. We love it. We always, plenty of times I've scratched my head after you called and went, got to think about that one a little bit. And that's what it's all about too, is, for all of us to get a little more educated, maybe.
All right, well, I'm going to let you guys go. I just wanted to let you know I'm beyond words thankful and grateful for this program that you guys put out.
Well, thanks, man. And if we don't talk to you until then, have a very Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That was pretty cool. Let's tag another one here. Hello, caller. You're up next.
Hey, it's Maria.
Oh, hi, Maria. Are you watching this? Taking photos to send to the FBI.
What was that?
Send to the FBI. Screenshot.
Oh, nope.
Hey, wait a minute. How did
I don't have any job in relationship to the federal Leviathan. Nope.
There he is. That's him. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well,
thanks for calling.
I missed that, but I guess you're frozen on the screen now. But sure, I can't miss any opportunity lately to talk about rights of conscience, because I can see them really going away, and especially what I think Dave was talking about, how this can be used as a, saying what our, implementing positive rights is kind of a hammer to smash some of us who don't go along with the program. So this is the best Supreme Court decision I've ever heard, and it was done by Robert H. Jackson, who was the chief prosecutor for the United States at the Nuremberg trials. And it is the West Virginia Board of Education versus Barnett opinion. And he said that if there's any fixed star in our constitutional constellation, it's that no official high or petty can prescribe what shall be orthodox in matters of politics, religion, nationalism, or other matters of opinion, or force citizens to confess by word or act their faith therein. So no official high or petty can tell any of us what it is right to believe. They can't infringe on our rights of conscience. Telling you that you've got to hire or respect or treat somebody who is completely opposed to your viewpoint, to doing things that you think is maybe you think it's an abomination. Trying to force you to have an opinion about that it's extremely dangerous.
And it's not just having a opinion; it's having their opinion.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's the point, that they can't prescribe what shall be orthodox. They can't tell us. And I think a lot of us can relate to this experience. Views maybe the script. It's our deeply held religious conviction, and you're telling us that that's not going to be acceptable anymore.
Right.
And I've been called a sovereign citizen myself because I dare actually. Last time I went to the city council meeting to talk about the common law on arrest and imprisonment, one of the council members asked me if I believe that because of my sovereign citizen's beliefs. I think that means you dare come in public and speak about Christianity, common law. That's not going to be allowed. Get with the program. It's scary. It's extremely dangerous, with these ordinances for people that probably have, good intentions.
Right. But if you think, if scripturally, it's better for a Christian to get discriminated in belief. I mean, because Christ said you're going to be persecuted. And he said you'll be rewarded for it. Stick to your guns. So, I mean, for us, because of a Christian belief, that's all. Yay! I'm racking it up in heaven.
The ultimate system.
Yeah.
So
the martyrs. Think of where the martyrs are. They're sitting underneath the throne of God, saying, "When are you going to bring it, God?" And He's like, "Just wait a little longer till the rest of them get killed, and then I'll seek my vengeance."
I guess because we're, in a way, seeking after justice based on a certain set of principles, but I really appreciate it was Dave talking about nexus of mercy.
Right, and we got to get into it some more, like a full 3-hour, 10-episode show kind of thing. But we've been studying this for quite a while, and justice in the Bible is mercy. It's not what we think. When we hear justice, we think the sword. Yeah, get that guy. Give me justice. But it's not. Excuse me. It's justice in the scriptures, in the New Testament, mercy. Even in the Old, it's mercy. Because when they say give justice to the fatherless, they're like, yeah, give justice to them. No, it's mercy. It's what justice means. Right. It's like one of the favorite things I ever heard Dave say was, when you die, you don't say justice. You say,
right.
Please have mercy.
That's right. Yeah, we want to go with the mercy, the love and mercy aspects of Christianity, and
the mercy justice. That is His justice, is mercy. That's where we have it mixed up. We think justice, sword. Mercy is our benevolence. To Him, His justice is the mercy, because of Christ already paid the price. So the justice is the mercy.
And I guess it's the whole motivation for this. If we were living in accord with the New Testament and our Christian faith, there wouldn't be an excuse to have this kind of an ordinance, because after this justice in where it's a different viewpoint, they would just be expressing their love and their mercy. Their brothers and sisters who might be going along this path and be misguided.
That's a great point, because what laws do, I think, is make people resentful. Like, I'm being forced to do this. And so instead, we talked in the first hour how it makes you, it takes away the veil where you can't scope out races. You're taking away my ability to do blah, blah, blah. Well, it's their ability to give mercy, right? Because if you're the person that's being forced, once the force comes into it, you're like, ugh. If you're allowed, like, say you don't like someone's this or that, and you say, I'm going to have mercy in this situation, and maybe I can use this situation. Maybe this person was brought to me to come in here so I can teach whatever. But once you're being forced out the door, because you're just thinking, this jerk is using the government to stick. And that's not, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we've got to show up and show Christ and really express the best part of our Christian faith, rather than going in and expressing fear and maybe even expressing, the reasons why these people feel like maybe they have to. We've got to come around and love hate the sin, I think was
that's a good
way to, some people put it, or it was put maybe that's scriptural. I don't know for sure.
Maybe it's our failure to have mercy that these people feel like they have to have a law. I mean, I don't think that goes all the way up to the top of the command, because I mean, there's people that just have evil intentions. But a lot of people, in the practical sense, I think probably just think, I need this law. And maybe we're at fault because we haven't shown the mercy that we're supposed to show.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure we're at fault. I'm sure that's always the truth. But, there is the United, the 21, there's something called the ecumenical movement, and churches that have said that the protest is over. In other words, the Protestant Reformation is over. They've declared it over, and we're all going to unite.
Oh, yeah, I read about that in
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this particular treaty, it up, ecumenical movement, it just basically says the Reformation, the Protestants, like the Methodist churches, have declared the protest to be over. And we're going to set of principles we can all agree on. So it's under the name of unity, and that is a New Testament principle. We've got to unify. But what they've said is it's not okay to believe that Christ.
That kind of puts the temper on faith. Kind of the point. Without that, the rest is kind of not.
Yeah. So, but it's been declared by treaty, kind of like a UN treaty.
Yeah.
And people, and might have to express and I want people to see
wise as serpents and meek as sheep.
Yeah. All right. Well,
with your other point too, I think the ability to part. One of the things where Scripture talks about, many have been angels unawares. So, as you fed me when you visited me in jail, when I was in prison, and he says all these things. You clothed me when I was naked, and when did we? These when we want to feel. And no, okay, cool.
It's
at least it's not dead air though, because we can make faces at the computer.
It's tricky when you remove political, the easy way.
do you guys think about what I said first place was something better, the correct way, right? Instead of being reaction, we need to write with that to what, because gap before the supposed need ever came up, where it's not seen as a
there's an idea. Someone who's there, and it isn't saying, "Hey, we need this." Just a few outliers.
A lot of people that look at that.
Just a few outliers.
A lot of people that look at that, even at the so and they go, "Oh, really? I didn't know this was our job."
There are 30,000 of us.
Right. Well, and then the noise, the other 30,000 goes,
yeah,
take my name.
But yeah, and as long as people stay quiet again.
I'm batting right here.
Just because the vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there's
good for him.
The scandal that's bigger than what's going on in their own lives to try to hide in their own. Let me give you an example. That you are legal issues because business like that. That business to one who's done something worse. The same. Well, I did this thing, but it's like this guy,
right?
Because this guy did this thing. So that every have unresolved conflict in their lives. Decide even larger conflict in the lives of others. So what this does, this is another Rene Girard idea, but it creates this. It creates the drive find which is exactly what you see.
Which is
right.
Right.
It's kind of. I mean, gossip. Yeah, gossip is a problem. Gossip or people talking. There is a useful. There is a utility to people talking about each other. that which is that it I mean, there's a reason in Victorian era British novels, like the women are having all these conversations behind the scenes because they're excluded from a lot of the men's, but they all talked on everything so that they know what's really going on. So there's a utility to that sometimes, but yeah, in politics, Bernie Madoff, right? And I didn't start, and the search for scandal, right? Which you see a bunch of stones. There's an idea that they're so eager to throw a stone at their own house. He had nothing world. She was too big. Her life was and all the other aspects of fixated problems in the world. At the same time, for Christmas, she's people out. We change on the world. The same, same kind so I think a lot who are politically and by the problem their own life. Trying to find the bit that over theirs. All their anxiety onto that problem. And so if people could if people their order, they will stop speaking. And that's the whole idea that society is a reflection of the state of the individual. If the individuals order, then
seen in the laws passed.
Yeah. And if you could at level, it's never comes from.
Right. Good. All right. Well, now because it can't get better.
So if you guys coordinating time. Newspapers. An article there. Saying and there are women that stay at rather than a mission because they
and Hope Center is being told except policemen who
bunch of men on it and beat up
and I can't imagine you think that right now
slow
that now we
Well, it's just the idea that it comes from outside.
Yep.
Coming from lower 48.
I meant
again?
Oh, someone intentionally is that it's just migrated.
Right. And you know, no, understanding the way the don't want to go with
what? Up a little bit. Beep beep. What's wrong with being homophobic? Who cares?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, as long as they
everyone
Now, a woman who be a man, is she prohibited from staying?
I don't know the answer. I cover that.
Nice.
Although that is a really good point.
That is.
I don't know. I just think.
Well, and that's why it's so stupid, right? All these things you can just keep bringing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a never-ending, not confusion. It's never-ending stupidity. Funny because biting people in the rear that are all giddy about these things, like, oh yeah, until it bites them. And then I like this part of it.
Yeah, that's just it. There were people who, thought it was a great idea down in kind of idea. Now the women women's center because somebody said, oh, well, I can be treated
That's just so.
Funny. There's The truth is that and what's funny is in war against individuals the are back because they more cat press group and pretty soon billion subcat just individualism. But he's
lot of supported that order. Now they're having all this angst.
Gonna do? I mean, they just gonna get a big old
Yeah, right. I think
bring it.
If I remember. But the sense I got was this is going to be a court system to be ruled on, and to be out sleep on the streets because she says she will before there's a man. Right. And it's just pretty. Think ahead.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably another confound, which of the only apply taking city state.
Yeah.
And that's one of the challenges of charity. Leaving the community and becoming political extension.
I said no, it could be beneficial because you will go back to the from the state.
And it should be.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was going to ask if they were Diddy.
yeah, I don't. The article. First 5 paragraphs. I mean, it was kind of like we've seen this. Yeah. And then I'm looking at it, and no
but there are
any plans for because of course their intentions are good. And we all know was so much more important than the outcome.
So it's sad, and that's why I think that's important to talk about. I mean, you hope that these things have seen it. You know, we've talked about already with the wrestling kid, the kid that was a wrestler is now a girl kicking everyone's butt. Yeah, as a girl.
There's a biker
the
too.
Bikers, swimmers. All these things. Of blowback. And I guess it's kind of what we talked about up. About what's harder they push back. By nature, that's fine. Do your job. Are supposed to be vocal and push back for people that time to do it. There's no take this and there was no one left.
Right.
That's It's taken them a little longer union, but same not happening. Because we got
that is part of it. And that's you know, that's a Facebook page right now about guns, and that there was absolutely earthquake.
Right.
And you know, why is that? This is guns.
Yeah.
And try to loot a house where the homeowner might have
a bear gun.
all things that I hope you don't have to do it today, but I hope that sometime in the future you guys will talk about
Killing bears.
in 4 days. One ramp up, and I know, and you know, that the government, we just provided the money for that. The contractors did it.
Right.
But it would be talk what
roads would have never collapsed because they wouldn't have put them over swamp.
there's that. Although most of acreage is swamp. And they wouldn't would build in except for the Army Corps.
I know I won't say where you work, but could you maybe putting down lots of it. Goodness.
It'll be rocks though, because
put rocks.
The thing is they have a facility enough to have and
Oh, yeah. I know.
And that's why they use rocks.
I'm just tired of pulling my seat out of my here in 20 minutes. I was like, I'm going to die. Oh, I made it again. Whew. We got to go. We got thanks for the call.
All right. Bye-bye.
The Patriots Lament
staff Mark Milley to be the next chair of staff. No dates. Milley would replace Marine Corps General Joseph Dunford, who would announce plans to retire. People are dead. And Carrick with details.
Miners. So one of the dead identified as 40-year-old mother go injuries are considered serious. An Italian rapper was entertaining the crowd spray, sending the crowd running. A 16-year-old boy says at least one emergency exit was locked, a claim authorities are investigating. A fire commander on the scene says all the doors were open when they arrived. Authorities estimate about 1,000 people were inside when the stampede began. And Fox News.
A winter storm is making its way to North Carolina, and folks are rushing to the supermarket